Yes, guys. Good afternoon, people. Big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me yet again. I hope you're all doing well this afternoon. Had a great day. Yeah, we got. I'm going to call this meeting. I'm going to call a meeting together because we're going to have to talk about transfers and all that stuff. So, hope everyone's doing well. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share all that good stuff, guys. Thank you very much for all being here. I appreciate it as always. You know that. Um, we look when we come to transfers that we're going to talk about in a bit. I'm not actually. This meeting's not for me. I'm not concerned or worried, but I know there's a lot of people that are concerned and worried about transfers. Okay, so that's what this meeting's for. I'm going to try and help people with not worrying so much. Let's put it that way. I'm going to help people try and not worry so much. I'm patient about it. I'm not too concerned. I'm cool about it at the moment. I know we get linked to every single player under the sun, and then a couple of days later, journalists decide to say we're not linked to that player. We didn't want that player. We're not interested in that player. Blah 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 blah. And everyone goes mad. It's like, who's we interested in? You know, James Pearce talking about today that Liverpool believe in their youth system and they believe in their young players stepping up. You know, and that's just his opinion. But people take that opinion and think, all right, we're definitely not signing anyone in. So that's what this meeting's about. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to have a little chat, and we're going to talk to you guys in comments. I want you guys to have your say as well. You know, get involved. I want to hear from you guys as well. So, look, I'm going to start. Lenny Yoro looks like he's probably going to Real Madrid. I don't think that's a big shock. I know Man United have had a transfer bidding for him, and I've been saying this for a while as well now. Like, if you were going to get Lenny Yoro, the bid was going to be around that £50 million mark. Lille was going to accept any kind of transfer fee around that £50 million mark, but then it was all down to the player. And obviously, links have come out today saying that the player might actually be interested in a Man United move if the Real Madrid move don't happen. David Ornstein's basically come out and also said that, it doesn't really. Liverpool pulled out the Euro deal because they got told that Real Madrid's the only club he wants. So there's no point really bothering about it anymore. We've got to move on. But then United get a bid accepted, and then you're hitting these considerations. Now, people are doing their nut over this, basically saying like we've lost another super talent to either Man United or Real Madrid because we didn't bid for him. And again, I've asked people on Twitter, I keep asking people on YouTube, I ask people all the time about this. Have you watched him play? Like, literally, have you watched him play? And I get really mixed answers. I saw him a handful of times, or I've not actually seen him play that much. But if Real Madrid want him, he must be a baller. I thought, okay, all right, okay. So that's the route we're going down. So we don't actually know if he's that much better than what is Euro. Is Lenny Euro much better than what we got right now? Also, is Lenny Euro a player that Liverpool need right now? Now, we need a centre back. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying we don't need a centre back. I'm on about the player himself. Is Lenny Euro an actual player that Liverpool really need right now? He's 18 years of age. He's 18 years of age. You've got Kanate and Van Dijk. You've got Gomez and Kwanzaa right now. Now, if you buy Lenny Euro, he's not going to be first choice. Is he even going to be third choice? I'm not sure. Is he that much better than Kwanzaa? I don't know because I've never watched him play. I've never even bloody heard of him till the transfers started coming up this summer. Let's be fair here. I don't think I've heard a single Liverpool fan talk about Lenny Euro in the last 12 months. It's only because he came up in the summer that Liverpool interested in this really young defender from Lille that's got a lot of PR against him that Real Madrid are also interested in. The Liverpool fans decided to go mad on it. Everyone Liverpool fans started to go absolutely nuts on it and go, okay, well, yeah, we should get this guy. This guy looks the business. It's like, does he look the business? Like, when was the last time you saw this guy who looks the business play? Oh, I haven't. Well, how do you know he looks the business? I mean, these are the comments we deal with on a day-to-day scale. No, I'm not saying I wouldn't be behind the transfer if Liverpool bought him. I'll get behind any transfer Liverpool bought. Now, I got behind Wataru Endo, and I never flaming heard of him in my life, but I got behind him. I'll get behind any transfer if I think the club are buying a player that works for the football club. But I can't be like super depressed about a player I've never heard of that Liverpool ain't signing. You know what I mean? That's the problem. I've not heard of him. I've never seen him play, and now Liverpool are not signing him. Am I meant to be depressed? Am I meant to go in some kind of depression and dig a hole for myself and go, right, that's it. I can't believe Liverpool done it for me. Liverpool done it to me again. They got my hopes up on a player I've never seen play and I've never heard of. And they got my hopes up again. And now he's going to Man United, Real Madrid. I can't believe this. What have I done to myself? If you are like that, you're getting too involved into things. People get so involved into players they've never heard of or seen play, and then get so depressed when Liverpool don't buy that player. But then if Liverpool go and buy a player, this is the opposite side of being a Liverpool fan, yeah? So Liverpool fans are getting upset that we're not buying a player we've never heard of or watched play, yeah? But then if Liverpool buy a player that you've never heard of or watched play, Liverpool fans are like, who's this joke? Who the fuck's this bloke? Why are we buying a player I've never heard of? That's what you get. You can't win. You literally cannot win. Unless they got massive PR behind them. Unless you got massive PR behind them, it's never going to happen. Now then, Jamie, been behaving yourself. Yeah, keep it real. Why won't I be behaving myself? Yeah, I don't get why people get so upset. I don't get why people get like you can't win. You literally can't win. Now, Lenny Yoro is a player, as I said, I've never heard of. I've never heard anyone mention his name in the last 12 months. In apparently the fantastic year he had at Lille, I never heard anyone mention him. I never even saw him come up on social media as a player to watch out for in the last 12 months, all last season. No one was coming up to anyone and going, oh, this is a player you should watch out for. He's having the year of his life. This is his breakout year as a superstar in the making. He's going to do big things. No one mentioned him. No one. But all of a sudden, everyone wants this guy. But if I told you, let's go and get a player in, let's go and get a player in you've never heard of. Oh, there's this player coming in, guys. He plays in Spain. He's left-footed. He plays left wing. He likes taking players on the outside. He's quick. And everyone be going, Jay, I've never heard of him. Who is this guy? Why are we bidding 40 million for a player I've never heard of? That's Liverpool fan base right there. It's jarring. It's mad. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's just not on Twitter either. It's other Liverpool YouTube content creators and things like that. They just go, they get so upset. They want. I personally don't get it. And now, so Liverpool are not going to go in for him, and they're upset that he might be going to Man United. It goes Man United, goes to Man United. We move. We get on with things. Obviously, other links of defenders in the past couple of days. Obviously, Mark Guayu from Crystal Palace looks like that's a non-starter now. Looks like it isn't happening. Yeah, that deal looks like it's done, dead and buried. I don't think we're going for Mark Guayu. I mean, Crystal Palace want, I believe, 65 million for him. Now, I think he's a good centre-back. I'm not going to be upset if Liverpool bought him. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, oh, Liverpool bought Mark Guayu. Oh, my God, what are we doing? He's a good centre-back, man. He's Premier League proven. He's played at international level. He's one of the better centre-backs in the Euros. I wouldn't be upset if Liverpool went and got Mark Guayu. I wouldn't be. I know some people would be. Some people would be saying, it lacks ambition. Yeah, that'd be the word. It lacks ambition. Let's go and get the centre back we've never heard of. That don't lack ambition, though. Yeah, that's the world we live in. It lacks ambition if you go and buy Mark Guay for 65 million, but it doesn't lack ambition if you go and buy a young defender that you've never heard of. Why I hate the transfer window, guys. This is why I literally hate the transfer window, because when the transfer window comes up, everyone is out there pretending they know every single player. Yeah, why don't we get that buyer? Why don't we get that player? Why don't we get that player? You know, it's like, do you know these? And they all pretend everyone's this massive football encyclopedia when it comes to transfer windows. But none of these people were telling me about these players the year before or last season. No expert out there went, "Oh, Jamie, Lenny Yoro, keep an eye out for him. He's going to be special." No fucker came out with this. But then when Liverpool apparently are after him, they're like, "Oh, it lacks ambition for the football club. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Oh, I'm going to need my medicine. Oh, my God. Oh. It's like, grow up. I'm getting sick and tired of the crybabies. I really am. Getting sick and tired of crybabies. If you're a kid, you're a kid. Yeah, be a crybaby. But you're a grown man. If you're a grown-ass man who continuously does YouTube videos or goes on Twitter or Instagram or whatever your poison is and keeps going, typing in Liverpool lack ambition because we didn't get a player no one's ever heard of. It's like, give it a rest. Just give it a rest. Yeah, give it a rest. But Mark Guay is a good player. I like him. And if Liverpool went and got him and paid the 65 million for him, I'm not going to sit here complaining. Do I think it might be too much money? Yeah. But it's the world we live in today. You've got to overpay for people unless you can find a superstar out there for cheap. So I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain too much. Yeah, exactly. Like it says, but Jamie Euro has 86 potential. And yes, I'm so called FC. You poor virgin. Oh my word. People were getting upset that we didn't buy Onana from Everton. Like, people getting really upset that we need a DM and we didn't buy Onana from Everton. It's like, really? Are you new to football? Like, are you brand new to football? Like, you're upset that our local rivals and city rivals probably wouldn't do transfer business with us. Okay, all right. Yeah, like, I don't like. There was no chance of us us turning up at Everton and going, all right, you know, your best midfielder, yeah, Onana, yeah, we want him, yeah, and we're just going to take him, and they'll be like, we ain't doing business with you, fuck off. It's like, do you know how bad it was when we got Nick Barmby? Like, people might not be old enough, but when we got Nick Barmby from Everton, Nick Barmby needed security. He needed security because he went from Everton to Liverpool. Imagine you got Onana. No, Evertonians wouldn't have. Oh, it would have been horrible. It would have been horrible. And I don't even rate Onana like that, man. I don't know anyone who does. I remember watching the 14-minute Voronin YouTube clips thinking he was a baller. And this is the problem, Goosed Up. This is what a lot of people do. This is what a lot of people are doing now. They're watching YouTube clips. We can find any player now, and there's probably a YouTube clip of them looking great. I bet you right now, I bet you guys can find clips of Jordan Henderson on YouTube looking fantastic, right? I bet someone can find a 5-minute clip of Jordan Henderson on YouTube looking fantastic. Yeah, we know the reality. Do you know what I mean? But that's the world we live in now. They got people see who we're linked to. They YouTube their name. They go on Transfer Market. They find everything about it. Then they go on YouTube clips, and then they go on Twitter and do their YouTube channels or whatever, and go, "Why aren't we buying this guy? Why aren't we buying this guy? Oh my God, what I've just watched of him for the 3.5 minutes I've heard of him and I've just watched of him, he's easily worth 75 million. Why aren't Liverpool buying him?" Well, leave the scouting to the scouts, guys. Leave the scouting to the scouts. You know what I'm saying? I watched 14 minutes of Cater and he wasn't injured. There you go, like. um, I'm not slagging Henderson off. God's sake, I've got Henderson's book. I love Jordan Henderson. I'm making a comparison of like Jordan Henderson wasn't the greatest footballer, and not the greatest footballers can look good in 5-minute clips. That's what I'm saying. Can I big up to you, my friend? Thank you for the super chat. Says why not see if Morton or Steph could save us 50 mil? Right, I'm gonna get to the young'uns in a minute as well. Big up, go for the super chat. I do appreciate, man. What I'll do, I'm gonna bring that super chat again back up in a minute when I talk about the youth players because it is it is worth talking about. I ain't gonna lie, it is worth talking about. Keep it real says signing players from Everton now won't be as toxic as it was back in the day, I reckon, especially with the likes of Rafa going to manage them and Connor playing for them as he was an extra. Yeah, maybe it won't be as toxic. I just don't see Everton doing business willingly with Liverpool, especially for one of their better players. Do you know what I mean? But I see what you mean there. I see what you mean. Sean says Euro, who has heard of him? Let's be honest, exactly, Sean. But everyone's now in manic depression because we ain't buying him. Look, if we bought him and Euro's a well beater, so be it. You know what I mean? It's a great bit of business. And he goes to Man United and he looks like a well beater, you know, in a few years' time, we're sitting here thinking, oh, we could have bought him. But yeah, at the end of the day, Liverpool might go and buy a centre back who's a well beater as well. And it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? It might not be the end of the world. Look, I remember when De Ligt was coming through at Ajax, and everyone was saying De Ligt is the next big thing. He's the next best centre back. He's the Dutch Maldini. He's this. He's that. He's going to be the best centre back in world football for years to come. That was the talk about De Ligt when he was at Ajax. He had that breakout year when they got the Champions League semi-final. Then he got his transfer, and he's nothing but failed in what he was meant to be. The hype has gone down on De Ligt. No one talks about him no more. No one acts like shit. Do you remember? Like, everyone looks at De Ligt now, and when you watch him play, he moves like he's 37. You know what I'm saying? He's still a young lad. So, yeah, we've got to be careful about hype. You know, some players really live up to the hype, and some players disappear and can't handle it. So, yeah, Lenny Yoro might be the next big centre back in world football hype, you know, being hyped like that. And he might be. He might go on to be that. He might carry on that hype where De Ligt never did and become that superstar and one of the best defenders in the world. William Saliba, look at him, for instance. When William Saliba went to Arsenal, not a lot of people didn't think he was going to be like this centre back, like this amazing centre back, this world beater. He went on loan for 2 seasons when Arsenal bought him. He went on loan for 2 years, and then Arsenal bought him back when they thought he really matured and become the player they think he could become. And now he's arguably one of the top 5, top 10 centre backs in world football. But no one was hyping him up as that beforehand. He was just hyped up as a good young defender. So, you know, it's some people can handle it, some people can't. And if Euro does become that massively hyped centre back in the years to come, good luck to him. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Doesn't bother me. But look, centre back. Look, James Pearce has also said today that Liverpool are looking to get a centre back, a DM, and a wide forward. A wide forward. He made that Pacific side a wide forward, not a striker. First, look, we spoke mostly about the centre backs. I personally feel like I can't pronounce his name, but the geezer at Sporting Lisbon, again, rumours about him has resurfaced today. Apparently, Arne Slot is a big fan of him, and he wants another centre back in. Sepp van der Berg will leave the football club. Nat Phillips will leave the football club. So Liverpool will be bringing in a centre-back. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt at all. The guy at Sporting Lisbon is who I think Liverpool are looking at. He looks decent. What I've seen of him, I've seen bits of him. I've seen more of him than I have seen like Eleni Euro. Obviously, I've seen more of how he plays in, when he plays in Europe and stuff like that. And he looks good. He looks decent. It looks a natural fit in our defence. And if you go and get someone like him in, that's the only defender that Liverpool haven't been rejected with. So this defender, Simok, is it, who Liverpool were linked with late last night with RB Leipzig, that's been rejected today by Liverpool journalists saying Liverpool don't want him. There's no link to that. But the only one that's never been knocked back is Nash. Well, how do you say his name, guys? The guy from Sporting Lisbon. I could never remember his name. But he's the only centre-back Liverpool have been linked to that has never been knocked back and saying that Liverpool are actually interested in him. The Guay one, not back. The Simok guy, not back already. Lenny Euro, not back already. But the guy from Sporting has never been knocked back. Yeah, I can never pronounce it. Inacio, is that how you pronounce it? This one's never been knocked back by any journalist. No journalist has actually come out and said, no, Liverpool ain't actually interested. There's no real truth behind it. It's the only one out of all these defenders that we've been linked with that have has not been knocked back by anyone. Big up my man. Hi, Jamie. Hope you're well. What do you think of Roberto De Zerbi's defensive game and more generally his ability to succeed at a big club? Would you like to sign him for Liverpool? Big up my man. De Zerbi, no, I never wanted him as a Liverpool manager, but I think he will do well at Marseille. I think at Marseille he will do well, and I think maybe not this year. The year after, he might have Marseille challenging. Yeah, I think he'll do well, yeah. Inacho. There you go. Inacho. There you go. Big up, Sean. I love it. It's like, when you got kids and you got to do what's it called? What's it called when you break down their spelling? Oh, what's it called? It's gone right in my head. I've got kids and I do it as well. But you got to break down their spelling bit by bit. That's what Sean just did for me, you see. That's what Sean just fathered me. big up, Sean. In that show. Yeah, he's he just called him Dave. He's the one who he's the one that Liverpool have never knocked back. In Ashal. I'm not going to pronounce it. He's the one Liverpool have never got knocked back. I think the rumours about him could be true. Could be true. Big up Yan in the chat. I think Inacio, I think is the one we could go and buy. He's the one. I'm not going to say John Sal Bernardo Inacio. Nice, Lakers. Lakers throw me under the bus there. Nice. I think he's a defender Liverpool might actually go and get. Let's keep an eye on that one. I don't think Guay is going to happen. I don't think Euro's going to happen. I don't think this guy, is it Simakan, is going to happen from RB Leipzig. But as I said, Inacio has never been knocked back. And like Tuti says, I think Inacio is a smokescreen, to be honest, or his agents talk. That's true. And I hear that as well about the smokescreen. But the only thing is, all Liverpool journalists straight away have knocked back saying we're not interested in that defender, and that defender. Inacio talks. The journalists have never come out and gone, no, we're not interested. That's never happened. And it's interesting. Let's see how it goes. As I said, I think a centre back, everyone's really trying to make everyone's breaking it down for me. Guys, it's all right to say I'm thick. You know what I mean? It's all right to say, Jamie, you're not quite bright enough. We're gonna help you out. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. See? Oh my god, bonkers. Yeah, he's left-sided as well. Big up double A in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Dave from Portugal is easy. Yeah, so we just call him Dave from Portugal. Oh man, big up Lee in the chat as well. Hope you're doing well, Lee. Um, Dave from Portugal. Let's see what happens on the defensive front because you know we had obviously. Oh, what's his? Oh, it's gone right out of my head now. I was just about to say something. You know, when you're about to say something, it just leaves your brain. Yeah, man, I'm getting old. Oh, what's his name? Oh, God's sake! I can't remember anything. This is all your guys' fault. I literally can't remember nothing now. It's all gone out of my brain. Kwanzaa. There you go, Gerald Kwanzaa. Bloody hell! Oh my God, I'm getting old, or my hat's too tight. It's one of the two. Gerald Kwanzaa. So he came through the youth team last year, being on loan at, I think, was it Bristol Rovers and stuff like that the year before. And he came into the team and showed out, and he's actually a pretty good defender. I think Gerald Kwanzaa is going to be a squad player for Liverpool next season. He's probably fourth choice centre back right now. I would assume Virgil van Dijk and Kanate are probably going to be Arne Slot's first choice centre back pairing. And then I do believe but Joe Gomez and Kwanzaa are at this moment 3 on 4. They're our 4 centre backs. Nat Phillips is going to be leaving. Seth Vandenberg is going to be leaving. So they'll be going. So that's our squad centre backs out the picture. I don't think there's anyone coming from the youth team right now, or I think it's good enough to get into the first team to be a centre back for Liverpool. I think Kwanzaa was the one. So there are 4. Let's go with it. Our only 4 centre backs at the football club at this moment in time, because I'm not going to count Seth Vandenberg and Nat Phillips, because Liverpool Football Club are trying to let them go right now. They're trying to leave, so they're wanting to go. So we've got Gomez, Van Dijk, Kanate, and Kwanzaa. You're going to need an extra centre back because Gomez fills in on the fullback positions, especially if injuries happen. Kwanzaa's still a young lad himself learning the game, so you can't put too much on Kwanzaa. You can't put too much on Kwanzaa. He's only a young lad. So you're going to need that extra centre back. So as I look at it right now, Liverpool will buy a centre back. That is the one thing. That is the one thing that's the one thing I think we'll get through. That's the thing. Albert says you are still a teenager. Me? I'm 42, Albert. I can't be a no. I haven't been a teenager for a long time. I'm 42, man. If I understand you answer correctly, his defensive play is too risky for Liverpool's title objectives. Can you tell the reason why I don't necessarily want him at Liverpool? Well, I don't want him at Liverpool. It's more about him as a person more than his football. The fact that he wanted someone like Mason Greenwood and the way he spoke about Mason Greenwood, if he was my manager, I'd be pretty upset with that. But I think he plays nice football. He plays good attacking football. Defensively, last year at Brighton was a bit of a worry, but that might have been with the players he had available. But I think at Marseille in the French league, I think he will suit your league and he'll suit your team. He'll get the players that he wants. It'll be a building period for the first year, then the second year. I think it'll have you guys going. Yeah, but it's more of a personal thing. You look 27. Hey, I'd rather look young than old. You know what I'm saying? You know, I see some people in their 30s look like they're 50. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'd rather look young. So, yeah, I don't mind that at all. I really don't mind that at all. Can't only have 42s and 18. Oh, man. Oh, man. Saliba was big myth. Definitely look better than Euro 18. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that as well, Maverick. I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, Saliba at the same age already looked like a better defender. So maybe we're not missing out. But Saliba, obviously, yeah. I don't know why no one in our scouting department are on the Saliba train. I agree. Ping pong. What? Oh, Frimpong. Gosh. Oh my word. Big up Blaze in the chat. Just join the stream, people. Just join, like the stream, people. It's free. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Got 102 people in the house. Let's try and get 100 likes if we can. I'd appreciate it. We're young at heart. That's not slandering my people. See, Albert knows you're joking. Albert's cool. He does. He knows it. He knows it. I think our friendlies start at end of July, if I remember, Lee. 27th of July, is it? I think we got like 5 friendlies in 2 weeks in that tour of America. Yeah, I like the fact that our pre-season's much later in the summer. Albert's only 35. God's sake. Why is Albert getting grief? Poor Albert. Poor Albert getting grief in the chat. Albert's only 35. Oh no, leave Albert alone, Maverick. He's a great. I love Uncle Albert. We all love Uncle Albert. We all love Uncle Albert. Poor man. Yeah, I like the fact that our pre-season's later in the summer. No, I like our new training regimes we're doing. I like the new training regimes we're doing. They look a little bit different. They look more fitness. It looks more fitness based instead of just wearing your body out straight away and looking tired. So I'm looking actually forward to pre-season. Be up Mickey. He says, "Hi Jamie and everybody. In Monty's yesterday's stream, you said you were short and robust. So from now on, I will call you Shakiri." Yeah, man. I am. Yeah, I'm not tall. I'm 5'8", man, but I'm stocky. I'm short and stocky. You know. Yeah, it's a Shakiri to do me. Yeah, I wish I had Shakiri's money. That would be all right. Yeah, the Real Betis game 10 days, man. Yeah, it's the end of July, 26th, 27th, ain't it? So yeah, it's not long. I mean, I'll be doing the pre-season friendlies, guys. So all the pre-season watch-alongs I'll be doing on the channel. So make sure you're sticking with me for all the pre-season watch-alongs, and all Liverpool watch-alongs from next season will be exclusively on YouTube, guys. So I'm just going to put that out to you. I know a lot of people are going over to other platforms. There is other platforms out there that a lot of people are going over now to do watch-alongs. I'm going to tell you guys right now, my community, I'm going to put this in my community right now. I'm going to let you know, Jamie will be staying on YouTube. My watch-alongs are going to be staying on YouTube. You guys follow me on this platform. So I'm going to give you the courtesy to stay on this platform for you guys to do watch-along on this platform. You know, yes, there's other platforms now that people have been part of. I was part of the other platform over in the Euros with Drifty and all that, and it's a great platform. It's beautiful, it's brilliant, and everyone has got it. But for me, personally, I think it's right for me to build my community and carry on building my community on YouTube. So, yeah, I won't be going on anywhere. I won't be going anywhere. I'll be staying here on YouTube. All watch-alongs will be on YouTube, guys. So, yeah, I'm just putting that out to you right now. Just putting that out for you right now. And that's no disrespect. And that's no disrespect for anyone else going anywhere else. And I get it. I understand it. But they got bigger platforms than I have. And they can afford to go elsewhere and do other things on other platforms and have a big following that goes over. But I've not got that. I'm building my community still. I'm building my platform still. And that building for me personally, I think will benefit me more. And at respect of you guys and everyone who follows me, it will stay on YouTube. So you don't have to look around for me. That's just from me to you guys. What do I do? I'll do this now. So I used to be a swimming coach back in the day. This is just a little. Let me just get like this little personal thing, right? So I used to be a swimming coach. I used to be a swimming coach back in the day, right? Um, but with my kids, everyone knows the story of my children. You guys all know, especially my oldest daughter, my oldest child. Everyone knows the situation. So I became a stay-at-home dad, and Lauren, my wife, we were stay-at-home parents with my kids. They needed 24/7 care. Everyone knows the story of my kids, so I don't need to get involved in that. So, and then I started doing this, and yeah, the more I do this, the more this will come my proper full-time job. I do get paid pretty well from doing this right now from monetized area, from monetization and stuff like that. So it keeps me going, keeps family going, and keeps life going quite well. So yeah, yeah. Big out gang. This is, I think we'll make signings, but whether it'll be will be signings we'll be happy with, I'm not sure. So I need to see if we leave ourselves short. Yeah, I hear you. The leaving yourself short, gang, indeed. I do think, I do think, I do think a lot of teams always leave themselves short. To be absolutely fair, I think it's very hard to get everything you want done in one transfer window. There's always something you could do elsewhere. But I think if Liverpool get a centre back and a defensive midfielder in, I look at the rest of the team and I don't know where we can desperately need to get anyone else in, if that makes sense. You get a centre back in. If we go and get a new centre back, that new centre back along with Virgil, Kanate, Kwanzaa, Gomez, then you got Trent and Connor Bradley at right back. You got at the moment Robbo and Simakas at left back. Although I think one of them, I think Simakas might leave. And if that's the case, you go and get a left back as well. If you don't, you got Gomez who can play left back as well. So you've got a lot of variety there. Then up front, we've got 5 forwards at the moment. I mean, that's just plenty. And then in the midfield area, if we're really serious, if we go and get that proper defensive midfielder that we all probably want, and then you got Wataru Endo and Stefan Basetic as your squad DMs, and also Stefan can play the 8. So you got Endo really as your other DM, and you got their midfielders. Yeah, it's not. This is the thing. We're as Liverpool fans, we're not actually crying out for a load of players this summer. When I hear stories, the way we hear stories about Liverpool going for quiet summer, I think that's what most of us fans expected because we don't need a massive overhaul of the team. We don't need like 6 or 7 players. I think most fans, if we got 3 transfers in, if we got 3 or 4 transfers in, I think most fans would be like, yeah, as long as they're the right positions, as long as we've got a centre back and a DM in, even if we got 2 players this summer, but they're a quality defensive midfielder and a quality centre back to go with the rest of our squad, I think most of the people would actually be, yeah, I think most people will be pretty happy about that. Scott says Patreon channel, Total Access YouTube. Yeah, so Patreon is something I might look at because with Patreon, although it's a member style, behind the wall payment sort of thing, but you get all access on YouTube, don't you? So it might be something I look at. But at the moment, yeah, I'm quite happy where I am. Quite happy where I am. And I'm building up a good community of good people that's here right now as well. And I want to keep that. Big up, James. I appreciate it. Big up, Craig in the house. Big up, Double A says you have a lot of following. Jamie beats a lot of flip flopping followers. Bless him, brother. Big up, man. I appreciate it, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a community over here. And look, I talk about. I'm not quite your typical Liverpool YouTuber. I keep things quite in perspective. I think as a Liverpool YouTuber, you can go down different lines of doing this. There's Liverpool YouTubers that are overly positive. that sort of like kiss up to the club and the ownership and the manager, and you won't have like with Jurgen Klopp, for instance. Yes, I always regard him as Liverpool's greatest Premier League manager, but I will still do videos criticising him, in my opinion, if he's not doing well. And you'll get a lot of Liverpool YouTubers that would not do that in a million years. They would. I've seen Liverpool YouTubers, I won't mention their names, who sit there and go, Klopp does nothing wrong ever. And I'm like, no, he does. Like, this is like, what you're talking about. You're just saying things now so you don't look bad. And I think a lot of people say things so they don't look bad. So everyone thinks, oh, they're a great guy. They're not. They think like I do, and I'm not like that. I just give you my honest opinion. It's why when I rant a lot, sometimes I get things wrong, and then you guys in the comments after it, Jamie, I weren't quite with you on that. I don't think you was quite right. And I watch it back and I go, yeah, shit, I should have said it how I said it, but I was in the heat of the moment. I'm passionate. I give you all my love. Do you know what I mean? I give you all my. I'll give you everything, man. I'll give you everything. I'm not going to sit here and pander to you guys and pretend about things. I never have done, and I never will do. Because I'm not the other side of it as well. I'm not on that side. Oh, FSG are just the worst thing since sliced bread. Everything they do is bullshit. I want them gone. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes, but because I don't feel like that all the time, do you know what I mean? I can't pretend I'm saying I'm not. Yeah, look, if Liverpool don't make no signings this summer and we come to the 2nd of September when the transfer deadline ends, we haven't signed nobody. Everyone knows I'm going to do a video having a go about the owners and what the shit hell's going on. Why haven't we bought in anyone? Because we don't need a lot of players. There's no excuses. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's me as a YouTuber, That's me as a YouTuber. And I think that's why I've got, I've only got a small channel. I've got less than 6,000 subscribers. But if you look at my views for my videos are as high as people that have got 30,000 subscribers, because I think people like listening to me and like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, Jamie's got a point with what he's saying. And I like what Jamie says. I get what he's saying. I don't always agree with him, but I like his passion. I understand where he's coming from. So, and that for that reason as well, I don't want to leave this community. For a channel my size, to get the views I get on my videos, and I get a lot of playback on my videos. I get like 1.5, 2,000 people watch my videos after it's finished lives. And why would I want to leave that community? I'm building this community. I'm making it grow, and we're going to do it all together. So I'm not going nowhere, guys. This is me and you all the way. You and me all the way, guys. You and me all the way, without a shadow of a doubt. I ain't leaving you. You can't get rid of me. Let's put it that way. You can't get rid of me. Can't get rid of me. And much love for all the love in the chat as well, by the way. It's always love. I never ask for anything off you. I never ask super chats or, join my members. I never really post anything about, monetization things and all that. I just come on here, talk about my passion for Liverpool Football Club with you guys. And that's what it's always been about. And I'm going to be wrong quite a lot of the time. I'm going to be wrong a lot of the time because I'm passionate. Sometimes I don't think clearly enough. But yeah, much love to you guys. I appreciate you. So the centre-back area, I believe, will be covered, guys. The midfield area, look, the DM position, the DM position needs to be sorted. If we're going to play the way Slot wants to play, we do need to get a number 6 in the. Look, Liverpool believe in their youth, and I love the fact that Liverpool believe in their youth. Yeah, I really do love the fact that we believe in our young guys and they get a chance to play. I've said this numerous times. Yeah, we can go out and get a player for about 10 million, 15 million quid that can come into the squad and take a spot. Or would I rather look at my youth team and go, oh, yeah, that player there, he, like with Kwanzaa, we could have gone and got a defender for about 30 or 40 million quid, yeah, come into the team to take a spot in our squad, yeah. But then I've got Gerald Kwanzaa sitting there. Let's face it, we didn't think was going to make this much of an impact, yeah. And when he came in, it was like it saved us that 30 or 40 million pound buying two centre backs this summer, in my opinion. That's why I think we only need one centre back, because Kwanzaa is good enough. And he saved us 30 or 40 million. Sometimes I think it's very easy just to go and buy a player, get him into your squad, because if you buy a player, it looks good. It's good PR. Fans are happy. Oh, we're going to spend 30 million on this player, blah, 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 blah. But then you got this player in the academy who's probably just as good, but you're not giving him the chance because he can't get into the team because you keep buying players that maybe not as good as him. So I do like the fact we use our youth academy. I really do. Some people don't like using their youth academy. Some people sell their youth academy up just to make money. You know, if Chelsea never sold their youth academy, Chelsea will have the best squad in Europe. You know, but they sold their youth academy up. You know, Chelsea go and buy players for like 2 or 3 million from like Brazil and stuff like that no one's ever heard of, and they take a squad position up when they got youth players who could probably come in and do the same thing. Like they sold Ian Maddison, yeah, but they kept Chilwell. Now, if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm well peed off at that one. If I got Maddison there, but I've still got Chilwell at the club, and I'm selling Maddison before Chilwell, nah, that don't sit with me, man. Don't sit with me. Don't sit with me. For this time slot, also the late ones, my wife was getting suspicious of a man talking to me at night. I hear it. Yeah, with my times, look, I'm going to try and get my times a bit more regimented. I am. I'm going to try and get my time in for videos more strict. It's just because of school and the kids and all that. When it's the summer holidays, it's going to be a lot easier. And in the new season, I'm going to try and keep to Pacific times for videos so you guys know when they're out. No one can date your passion. That's why we love it. But big up, Mickey. I appreciate it. Do appreciate it. I appreciate all love. We're going to talk about Frimpong as well. Kwanzaa is the example. That's why Pacetic to get his chance. We forget how well he did before his injury. Plus, Stott will play academy players. He doesn't care about age. He cares about the ability. Exactly. And Klopp was like that as well. So one thing I did really rate about Jurgen Klopp, that he did give the youngsters a chance. Now, some people will say, oh, it's because he never got the money to buy the players, so he had no choice but give youngsters a chance. I don't believe that's true, and I believe Klopp said it himself. Like, if we got young players in our academy that are good enough, why waste 40 to 50 million on a player to come in to just take that spot when I've got this kid over here in the academy who can take that spot? So, yeah, I like using the academy. And obviously, Liverpool have now gone and got this young guy from Chelsea who's 15 years of age, but we broke our wage structure at academy level for him. We think that much of him that we've broke our academy wage structure to bring him in. Chelsea fans are furious that this has happened. A lot of people think he's like the next Musiala or something like that. I don't know. I've never watched him play, but apparently he's exceptional. So again, if that is the case, he's coming into our team, and he is that good. Again, brilliant. I'm all for it. I'm a Marseille supporter, but I appreciate his channel because it's authentic for football. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, love. You're always welcome, no matter who you support. Big up, Jamie. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, hit them like buttons, guys. Let's get the likes up if we can. Did he say it was BS? Did he? Oh, there you go. If it's BS, it's BS. I don't know. See, these Liverpool journalists, I don't know how much info and detail they actually get these days, but if it's BS, it's BS. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I can only go by what I've read, and a lot of people say we broke our wage structure for him at youth level. If James Pearce says we, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, hopefully it's not the fix Freddie Abdul. Yeah. But the midfield situation is interesting. I think the DM position is Liverpool fans' most wanted transfer this summer, and the player they desperately think they need the most. If I look at our midfield, so right now, what we got on paper, we have got Alexis McAllister, who for me at the moment on form is probably top 5 midfielders in Europe. You've got Sabozalai, you got Gravenberch, you got Rotalo Endo. They're just the new players. Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Stefan Bajcetic, Tyler Morton, and Carvalho, I suppose, if you count him as like a number 10. So that's 9 midfielders, yeah. If you count Carvalho as a number 10, which that's where Carvalho wants to play, then you're looking at that's around 9 midfielders. Yeah, 9 midfielders we got in our books. Now, that's a lot of players, and that's the issue. That is a lot of midfielders we got in our team. Now, Wataru Endo is probably at this moment in time an out and out number 10, an out and out number 6, sorry, he's our only DM. Stefan Bajcetic is a DM, but I think he can play a bit further up the pitch as an 8. And plus, he's been out such a long time. There's a little bit of doubt over him. Alexis McAllister has said for me, he's top 5 midfielders in Europe right now on form. Szoboszlai, a massive talent, but we need to see more of him. We need to see better next season, in my opinion. Harvey Elliott, I think, is improving year in, year out. I don't understand why there's so much hate on Harvey Elliott. I think he's a very good footballer. He's only getting better. Curtis Jones, similar. Tyler Morton had a good season at Hull, playing more of that advanced number 8 position. I don't think he'll be at Liverpool, though. And then Carvalho prefers playing the 10. Interesting one. I think Tyler Morton will go. He will leave. I think Tyler Morton leaving will open up a route for a DM to come into the football club. And then Carvalho will go on loan. I think Carvalho will go on loan. And I think Tyler Morton will leave. I think them two will go, which will leave room for us to go and get a defensive midfielder in. Liverpool go and get someone like Edison from Atlanta, yeah? And you play Edison, Szoboszlai and McAllister, or Edison, Endo and McAllister, or Edison, Curtis Jones, McAllister. Whatever midfield 3 you want to play in that position, it automatically makes us better. It improves the team. So I get why everyone wants that DM position sorted, and I think we're waiting to see what I think teams will want. Carvalho, I can see Carvalho going on loan. I think Tyler Morton. I know RB Leipzig were looking at him, and the other our Red Bull team. What's their name? The one that Pep Linders has gone to. I know they're looking at him as well. I can see Tyler Morton and Carvalho going out on loan again this summer. So that's going to free up midfield area in the pit. It's going to free up, Salzburg. That's it. That's going to free up a position where Liverpool can go and get a midfielder. And I think that's why they're waiting. I think that's why they're waiting. They're waiting to make sure we can get a good loan deal for Carvalho and Tyler Morton. Or Tyler Morton might just get sold completely, you know. Tyler Morton might actually be sold. Edison, McAllister, and Elliot Edison. Yeah, Trent as well. Look, we know Trent played in midfield for England. I don't know what Arne Slot wants to do with Trent, but it's going to be interesting to see what Trent does in pre-season. Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what Trent does with him what he does with Trent in pre-season. If Trent becomes a midfielder, if Slot's like, no, I'm going to play Trent in midfield, then we're talking about a totally different game. Then we're talking about if you play Endo and Trent as your double pivot, and you play McAllister in front. I don't know. That's the thing there. That's the major concern, I think, for most Liverpool fans. This is DM position. But as we counted out right now, we've got 9 midfielders that are probably first team squad players at this moment in time. Also, we got the young boys as well that played last season as well. Clark and McConnell and stuff like that. That takes the midfield number up to 11 if you count them two. So a lot of players. Obviously, you can't have 11 midfielders. Obviously, people like Harvey Elliott and that won't be registered because of their age, and Bobby Clark wouldn't be registered because he's under 21, so they could still play in the squad without being registered. But it's a lot of there's a lot of players there, so some need to make way. And big up for people subscribing as well. I do appreciate, guys. I appreciate everyone subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. Yeah, like I think they pour weight on it. And look, I think Richard Hughes made a point of it, saying that late July, August time, he expects to see big transfers and start to see things happening. I think that also means players being sold from our football club. I think they're waiting on clubs, hear from clubs about the potential of taking a Sepp van der Berg, taking a Nat Phillips, taking a Coutinho, taking a Tyler Morton, maybe taking a Bobby Clark on loan. Taking these players out of our team to free up room for us then to go, right, let's go and get our centre back in. Let's go and get a DM in. We can get them in now and register them. Also, we've got to look at the homegrown quota as well. That's very important this season. That has to be looked at. So there's a few things Liverpool got to do, but I can see it happening. I can just see it happening later on in the summer, guys. I can just see it happening later on in the summer. And that's why I continually say I'm not pressed or panicked at the moment for transfers. That's why I say emergency meeting, but it's me talking to you guys, trying to reassure you, look, I think things will happen and here's the reason. But yeah, we just got a look at players leaving the football club at the same time as players coming in. Because I've always said it, selling players is just as important as buying players. If you sell players, it's so much. It's as important. You can't stock players up. Look what's happened. We've kept hold of Nat Phillips far too long. Nat Phillips should have been sold 2 or 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Carvalho, why was he brought to the team? It never made sense, that transfer. We should just let him go. Stop stock holding players. Let's get rid of players. Let them go. And that's free space up in our squad where we go into the market and improve on our squad. But at the same time, I like our youth system. I like the youth setup. I'm all for thinking if there's a better player that's suited to our youth academy that can come and do a job over going and buying a player that might not be as good as the player we got in the youth academy. And I say that with Kwanzaa in mind. Yeah, and I keep saying it. That's why I believe we only need one centre back. You bring that centre back in with a Kwanzaa, with a Virgil, with a Gomez, with a Kanate. You've got a good group of centre backs there. You really have. But yeah, that's gotta be it for me today. Short, sweet video, only an hour long, guys. Appreciate you coming. Oh, actually, talk about Frimpong before I go. Frimpong. So I know a lot of people are saying about Frimpong. Frimpong's interesting, right? Frimpong's interesting because if Liverpool are actually looking at Frimpong, his release clause, I believe, ends the end of next week, right? If Liverpool say go in for Frimpong, they bring him in. Does everyone think he starts at right back or right wing? Does he start at right back or right wing? Do they look at Frimpong and think, there's a player there that can play right back if needed and can play right wing if needed? And then we've got someone who can come in for Mo Salah. Mo Salah, if he wants to drop out of a game or something, Frimpong can play at right wing. If we want to play Trent in midfield, Frimpong can go and play at right back. Is that a player? Is that the reason we're gaining for Frimpong? I don't know. So what I'm going to do, you guys in chat are saying right wing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to look at this transfer, give it a, I'm going to see what happens over the night with this talk of this, and maybe we'll talk about Frimpong tomorrow in more detail. But big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. You're always fantastic. Much love to every single one of you. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and in your evening. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining me. See you tomorrow, guys. Big up. God bless. Bye-bye for now.